Nice way to pop the gum there, Zoe. All right. So if I wanted to find the slope of the line, how do we define slope back in even middle school and earlier when you talked about lines and slope? Rise over run. How far it went up or down over the run. How far it went to the right. Okay, so if slope is rise over run, I know this line goes through this point and it goes through this point. What's its rise? 1. What's its run to the right? 2. We always want to run to the right so our sign is appropriate. So the slope of the red line is 1 over 2. Let's look at the blue line. What's our rise here? It's a -3 for a rise and a run to the right. 1. So the slope of the blue line is -3 over 1. Okay? -3 over 1. Because it's the vertical change over the horizontal change. Now, if I just look at the red line, I know that the slope is positive. Why? How do I know that the red line is positive slope just because I looked at it? Any line that goes up from left to right. So positive slope goes up from left to right. A negative slope goes down from left to right. Okay, we're good with that, right? Now, what if I didn't have a line graphed and I was just told that we had points 3, 6, and 5, 9, and I was told to find the slope? Do you have to graph it to find the slope? No. There's this thing called the slope formula that allows us to find slope. The slope formula says the slope, which is m, equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, it doesn't matter which one's x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. Not especially, but a 1 has to go with the 1 and a 2 has to go with the 2. So if this is x1 and y1, this would be x2 and y2. The x goes with the first, the y goes with the second, x and y. All right, so the slope of this line, how would I write it out in the formula? What minus what over what minus what? Mr. Hanish? Huh? Close your lid. Got to pay attention. How will we write out the formula? What number minus what number over what number minus what number here? 9 minus 6, 5 minus 3 gives me 3 over 2. That's the slope of that line. Okay, 3 over 2. Well, if I had 2 points, 5, 0, and 5, 4. Okay, Zoe, what would I write down for the numbers I subtract for that one?
4 minus 0 over 5 minus 5.
4 minus 0 over 5 minus 5. What's 4 minus 0, Zoe?
4.
5 minus 5?
0.
What's 4 divided by 0, everyone? Don't say 0. Life is always good until somebody goes and tries to divide by 0 and screws everything up in life. The whole world would go upside down if we tried to divide by 0. What does your calculator say 4 divided by 0 is? It says error, doesn't it? 4 divided by 0? Take 4 divided by 0 on your calculator. It says divide by 0 error. Try that again, Zwak. 4 divided by 0. All right, there you go. It's an error. 4 divided by 0, this line is undefined slope. It's an undefined slope. Okay? Lindsay Litz. What numbers would we subtract here to find slope here? 2 minus 6. Gives me 0 over negative 4. Lindsay, what's 0 divided by negative 4? No. Do it on your calculator once. Take 0 divided by negative 4.
You were so confident. 0.
It's 0. Okay? 0 divided by a number is 0. But a number divided by 0 is undefined. Okay. Let's peek and look at a little graph of this one really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. 5, 0. Let me change colors here so you can see it. 5, 0 would be right there. 5, 4 would be right there. It'd be a line like this. What do you call that type of a line?
Vertical.
It's a vertical line. So an undefined slope is a vertical line. So if we had a 0 slope here, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 8 is right. I'll change colors again. Yellow. 6, 8 is right here. 2, 8 is right here. What type of a line is the yellow line? Horizontal. So a 0 slope is a horizontal line. So you got to think of like skiing. If you're skiing on a horizontal line, are you getting any help from the hill? No, you're getting 0 help from the hill. If you're skiing on a hill that's a vertical line, how are you doing? You're falling, you're dying if it's too big of a hill. So that's why you can't ski on it. If you can't ski on it, it's undefined. Okay? You can ski here, but you're getting 0 help. You can't ski here. Okay? You can't ski on a vertical line or a vertical hill, straight vertical. Okay? All right. So that's finding slope. The next thing, the slope intercept equation. The slope intercept equation. Y equals what plus what? Good job, Mr. Hodgen and Miss Cradaville. They taught you well. Y equals mx plus b. What does m stand for? Slope. What does b stand for? Not exactly the starting point. That's the y-intercept. The y-intercept. You could say where you start from on the y-axis. Yeah, that would work. So y equals mx plus b. So if I had y equals 2x minus 3, my slope would be 2. My y-intercept would be negative 3. If I had 4x minus 2y equals 12, what would my slope be? No, maybe. You're really close, Tucker, but not quite. No. To figure out your slope, you need to get it in slope-intercept form. You need to get what alone? The y alone. How do we get y alone here? Let's subtract 4x. And we're going to put it in front of the 12. So we're going to say negative 2y equals negative 4x plus 12. Now what are we going to do? Divide by negative 2. We're going to divide each thing by negative 2. Instead of putting this all over, I like to separate it up and divide each thing by negative 2. So then y equals, what's negative 4 divided by negative 2? 2x. What's 12 divided by negative 2? Negative 6. What's my slope? What's my y-intercept? Okay. My slope is 2. My y-intercept is negative 6. All right. So I know how to find slope and y-intercept if y is alone, and if it's not alone, we get it alone. Okay? Now, what if I have 2 points like negative 2, 3, and 4, negative 7? What's the y equals mx plus b equation for the line that goes through those 2 points? I need to find an equation that goes through those 2 points. Okay? So to find the equation, what do I do first? Find the slope. So the slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. What's negative 7 minus 3? Is it negative 4 or negative 10? Negative 10. What's negative 4 minus 2? Positive 6, because minus a negative is plus a positive. So negative 10 over 6 is negative 5 over 3. Ooh, that's kind of an ugly fraction, but we're going to use it. Okay? I'm going to take the slope and this point and put it into my y equals mx plus b. This is my y, this is my x. I got to figure out what b is. So 3 equals negative 5/3 times x plus b. This is the way Mr. Hodgin did it last year. Okay, he didn't use point slope form. He just used this, and he plugged it back in. So 3 equals, what's negative 2 times negative 5? Negative 2 times negative 5? Positive 10. How do I move that 10/3 to the other side? Subtract 10/3 from each side. Oh no, I have to take a number and subtract a fraction from it. 3 minus 10/3 is the same as how many thirds minus 10/3? 3 is how many thirds? 9. Now 9 over 3 is 3, right? So we take 9/3 minus 10/3, which is negative 1/3. So b equals negative 1/3. Now I want my equation. Y equals m, which is negative 5/3 x plus b. There's my equation. Let's do that again, because that was kind of tough. Okay? Find 2 more points. 8, 2, and 5, negative 4. Okay, 8, 2, and 5, negative 4. So, when we're doing this, we find what first? Slope. Tell me how to find the slope. Kira. 2 plus 4? Yeah, 2 minus the negative 4. That would work, yeah. And then 8 minus 5. Okay. So if we go plus or positive, we get 6 over 3, which is 2. There's my slope. Does it matter which point I use in my y equals mx plus b? No, it doesn't. But we want to go put them into y equals mx plus b. I know y, if I use this point, y is 2, m is 2, x is 8 plus b. So 2 equals 16 plus b. B equals negative 14. Okay? Now that we know that, I can write my y equals mx plus b equation. Y equals 2x minus, because it's plus the negative 14, or just minus 14 works. Can you do that? Can you handle an 8-problem assignment over this? Okay. So I'm going to hand out a worksheet, and it doesn't go problems 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It goes 1, 2, 7, 8, 11, 12, and 37, 38. I just stole them from a different worksheet. Just made a short little worksheet to just kind of get your minds wrapped around slope a little bit. We're supposed to. I think that'll probably be it. Because I'm thinking on Friday with my other classes, it's a Friday, and they're just gonna go, oh, if we do another lesson, that's too much. So I think we can save that other lesson till Monday. I can change plan book and change it up. So we'll just do the worksheet, call it good. You might, boy, that gives you a lot of time. We'll see. We'll see. Because
It doesn't